Alright guys, welcome back to my review of this week's WWE Friday Night Smackdown for August 31st, 2012, and this was a pretty good show tonight. I would say it was a little above average. Had some good matches, but the show starts off with Sheamus. He comes out, he puts over Triple H. That was the entire point of this segment, was for him to go out there and talk about how great Triple H is. Damien Sandow interrupts him. He says it was Triple H and his band of degenerates who assaulted him on Raw. He insults Sheamus. Sheamus tells him to get in the ring. Sandow says he's deemed Sheamus unworthy of his time, and then Booker T comes out, puts him in a match for later. So I was a little surprised by this, but I thought it worked out well. It's good that Sandow's getting put into a feud with not put into a feud, but getting a match with the World Heavyweight Champion. The first match is actually Rey Mysterio versus Cody Rhodes. Cody cuts one of those little promos on his way to the ring. He says the Mexican superstars say they wear the mask for heritage, but it's really out of fear. It was an alright match. Rey goes for a 619. He gets caught. Cody tries to take the mask off. Rey rolls him up, gets the win. Cody attacks him afterwards, tries to take his mask off. Sin Cara runs down, makes the save. Rey Mysterio hits a 619 on Cody, and then Sin Cara puts a Sin Cara mask on Cody. So, yeah, this isn't the best feud ever. I mean, it's not the best storyline or anything. I mean, these guys are just kind of... I mean, there's really no reason Cody just all of a sudden hates Sin Cara. But it's better than nothing. And a lot of these guys are kind of just drifting on the shows. And they don't have any angles or feuds. So, at least there's some reason these guys are fighting each other. Everyone else just kind of has random matches. So... yeah, it's not the best story ever, but it's still better than nothing. So Eve comes out for commentary. We get Kaitlyn versus Natalya. It was alright. Kaitlyn wins with a small package. They're going to continue to push her because she's going against Layla at Night of Champions. Stryker asks Booker about AJ's actions on Raw. Booker says that he thinks the stress is getting to her and it was uncalled for. Vicky comes up and says AJ's reign of horror will come to an end. Reign of Terror will come to an end. And if the board of directors isn't going to get rid of AJ, she's going to take matters into her own hands or something. I don't know. I guess they're trying to do something with AJ because really this thing is just... I don't know. I've lost interest in AJ as general manager. It's the same thing every week. And I guess they think maybe if they put her against Vicky, because Vicky does get so much heat, that it'll help AJ. I don't know. But as far as general manager goes, she hasn't really impressed me very much. Sheamus versus Damien Sandow. Cole loves to put over that Sandow elbow. Every time he does the little elbow thing, Cole is like, I love this move. It's just so goofy. But Sandow was pretty awesome here. I thought he was very aggressive. He looks strong. But Sheamus clubs him. And he does that move where he puts their arms under the ropes and he starts clubbing him. And it looks like Sandow's like covering his nipples after about like the fourth blow or something. It was really funny. But Sandow runs away. He was doing really good. He was getting in a lot of offense. And then he just takes off. He runs away. So Sheamus wins by countout. Maybe they'll go back to this in the future. But Primetime Players versus Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd. This was alright. Darren Young beats Gabriel with a gutbuster. I thought it was fine. I think at first what happened was they lost AW. And they were supposed to win the belt at SummerSlam. And they lost AW, so WWE was kind of like holding off on it. And they still gave these guys some airtime. Let them cut some promos. They got to do commentary with Cole. And I thought they looked really good. They don't really need AW. Yes, he added a lot to the group, but these guys are fine without him. And I think WWE is seeing that now, so they're going to continue to push them. Josh Matthews interviews Del Rio. He says, Del Rio says he made Orton tap out. And Matthews mentions Sheamus beating him numerous times. And Del Rio says, what about Kane throwing you away like a piece of trash at SummerSlam? Oh, so he goes to attack Matthews, but Kane comes out. And he apologizes to Matthews. This was so lame. So bad. I was just thinking when I saw this, it does get better. And of course it's going to happen where... well, anyways. I was thinking when I watched this, because of the anger management segments, which they recapped all of, Kane comes out and he apologizes. And I don't know, it seems really like one of these lame angles where Kane was telling his backstory and he was like, I was married to Katie, or my girlfriend Katie, I buried my brother alive twice. And I was just thinking, this is just yet another angle that goes in with those. Like, remember when I had to take anger management classes? It's just really goofy. But yes, I think it's inevitable that Kane is going to take these classes and then eventually lose it anyway and turn heel or something. But they did kind of tease it tonight. I'm not really sure where they're going with this. They probably don't know either. But he does apologize to Matthews. Teddy Long comes out, puts Alberta, which is what he calls him, in a match with Kane right now. So we get Kane versus Del Rio. Kane gets distracted by Ricardo. Del Rio hits the backstabber for the win. Afterwards, Kane attacks Josh Matthews. He immediately attacks him. He loses, and he just goes straight after Josh Matthews, which was really funny because on commentary, Cole was like, can you believe Kane apologized? And he's like, I don't care. I still don't trust him. I don't feel safe out here. And Cole's like, this man opened up his heart to you, and you're going to say you can't trust him? You don't feel safe? And Matthews is like, no, I don't. And as soon as Kane lost, he goes straight after him, and he grabs him and tosses him, and he's like, I'm sorry, Josh. I'm sorry I lost my temper. And then he rolls him in and choke slams him. And I thought it was hilarious. And afterwards, they're selling it like, oh my God, this has to stop. Cole's pleading to the general managers to do something about this. But yeah, it was pretty funny. So we get the main event, which is Dolph Ziggler versus Randy Orton. Guys get dual chance here, which I think is great news for Ziggler. Orton wins with the RKO. You kind of knew this was going to happen. They had him tap out clean to Del Rio last week. So, of course, Orton is going to get something back. I expected a lot more than this, though. I think him beating Ziggler... I mean, it's Dolph. He's going to go out there and do the job. Who thought he was going to win this match, really? And at least... I mean, I do want to see Dolph win matches, but because Del Rio looked so strong last week, I'm just glad they didn't have him go out there and get an RKO. I'm glad that they kept Del Rio looking strong. So that was a positive, I think. And hopefully this leads to a future push for Dolph in some way. Maybe a feud with Orton that he can actually win. I don't know, but he needs something. And beating Chris Jericho one time and getting laid out every other time is not going to help push this guy. So hopefully they do start to do something here. But yeah, I fully expected Orton to get something back this week after losing. So that's it, guys. That's my review of this week's SmackDown. It was a little above average show. Had some good stuff on here, but a lot of recaps. The Triple H promo again. They did the anger management segments, which I can't complain about because I do enjoy those. And they recap Punk Lawler, so a lot of recaps on this one, but still an okay show. So that's it, guys. Hope you liked this video. Leave your thoughts on this week's show in the comments below, and thanks for watching.